Yeah, good morning. Thanks very much for having me. So I think the most important thing is what we've done to give assurance to the public that the primary recreational nodes that we have in the city where most of the people go to swim, the key recreational nodal points, leading up to the season, starting at the beginning of October, we've instituted a program to monitor the enterococci levels weekly at each of those locations. So we're monitoring 30 locations very carefully. We're doing that on a weekly basis, and we're testing that with an independent laboratory, primarily for the number of enterococci per 100 milliliters of coastal water, and that is the global standard. E. coli is actually not a great measure for coastal water quality. The World Health Organization in 2021 declared there's sort of no linear relationship between E. coli levels and health concerns, and so the key bacteria to measure is enterococci, which we do, and we've measured that weekly since the beginning of October, and we released those results publicly last week as part of a media release to give assurance to people that at the key recreational nodes at the moment, the water is what we would consider to be excellent. To give you an example, over around about 146 samples that we've taken at these locations, over 95% of those are well within the limits of what we would consider to be excellent water quality based on enterococci counts.
Because we see reports even from earlier this year from Ground Up, who we know do some wonderful investigations. This was February, saying that the Cape Town beaches were dirtier than they seem, and they highlighted a number of beaches back then. The city seemed to react to that quite quickly. Have you had to now ramp up your testing? Are you doing it more often? Is it now more stringent because of the attention you got from Ground Up earlier this year?
Yeah, so I think it's important. I mean, part of this is that water quality is a critical issue from a public perspective. So there's a couple of things that we do as a city. Number one, the city has for over about 25 years, so a very long time period, monitored 99 sites across our coastline. Remember, Cape Town's got a very long coastline of about 307 kilometers.